I want to bring in someone who's advising the Biden transition team, the former acting labor secretary under President Obama, Seth Harris. So, Mr. Secretary, thanks so much for joining us. It is so heartbreaking right now all around the country to see so many Americans desperate for food. It's hard to believe this is going on in our country. Do you think, Mr. Secretary, a relief bill will be passed before January 20th when Joe Biden becomes the president of the United States?
I hope it will, Wolf. The economy is really stuck in the mud, and millions of families, particularly low and middle income families, are suffering terribly. We still have more than 20 million Americans collecting unemployment benefits. More than 1 million Americans are applying for unemployment benefits every week. That's been true back through March. We have accelerating rates of businesses closing and going into bankruptcy. So our economy is not out of the woods, and the American people are really suffering because of it. So Congress needs to act. They need to act in a very substantial way to give aid to families, aid to businesses, aid to state and local governments so that the basic services that we all depend upon will be able to continue.
Yeah, they should have been doing this months ago, given the crisis that's going on. Is relief, Mr. Secretary, going to be the Biden administration's, do you believe, first priority, either passing a new stimulus deal or potentially on any lame duck deal that may go forward in the next few weeks? I don't know if there's going to be a lame duck deal, but clearly this has got to be a priority to make sure people can pay the rent, people can put food on the table.
I agree with you that President-elect Biden has spent most of the time during this transition period talking about defeating the COVID pandemic. The first focus is on trying to crush the disease, crush the coronavirus, and that's going to require a nationwide coordinated effort. And so my expectation, and I'm not speaking for the transition or the president-elect tonight, but my expectation is that that will be the first focus, and a part of that will be beginning the process of economic recovery. We've made a slow K-shaped recovery. The wealthy are doing just fine. People who can work from home are doing okay. But a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are at risk of losing their houses, their cars. Folks are having to leave the labor market to care for kids who are home from school. There's really a lot of economic risk right now. So early action, both on the pandemic and on the economics of the pandemic recession, I think is going to be a priority.
How big, Mr. Secretary, of an economic stimulus package do you believe the president-elect will be looking for? What does he hope to deliver to Americans? $1 trillion, $2 trillion, $3 trillion? We've heard all sorts of numbers over these past few months.
Well, I'm not privy to the discussions that the president-elect is involved in, but we certainly hear publicly that there's a fairly substantial gap between where House Democrats would like to go. They've actually already passed two packages, one of $3.2 trillion, one of $2.5 trillion, but the Senate, led by the Senate Republicans, have only passed a $500 billion package. That, in my view, is going to be inadequate. That number is going to have to come up. Essentially, the deal that we get is the most important thing, right? We have to get to some kind of a deal that gets money flowing. I don't expect that we're going to try to make the perfect the enemy of the good. And, the lucky thing for America is that Joe Biden is one of the great legislative deal makers of this part of our history. So my hope is that once he takes office, and maybe even before, we're going to see some kind of relief for the American people.
That would be so critically important. Seth Harris, thanks so much for joining us. I'm not going to ask you if you're going to be in the new administration. We'll discuss that down the road. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Wolf.